Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. This is probably going to be the first video that I actually upload, even though I've got tons of them recorded. And I feel like it's very important to kind of upload this one because there's a lot of discussion about 9.1 and BlizzCon, and I've got so many recorded reactions from it. I think I streamed it, and they didn't say that there was going to be a classic TBC sit down fireside chat thing in the actual schedule. So when people are like the what's next panel, and then it's like, oh, you have 30 minutes of this what's next panel, and 25 minutes of it is taken up by three people just sitting down and talking about oh, I did this back in TBC and all that stuff. It was pretty dumb. But then we got to 9.1. And sadly, all of 9.1 was leaked before, the day before the announcement. And now there's some argument about whether or not the... Sorry about that. About whether or not the leak is okay for news sources to cover. Because those same news sources threw a giant bitch fit when another leak was put out right before Shadowlands was announced. And they're like, oh, you shouldn't do that because that wasn't meant to be out there. And their justification now is, well, Blizzard leaked it themselves, so that's different. No, it's not different. You're just a tool. So everything was leaked, and BlizzConline is pre-recorded. There is no way that anyone can tell me it's not pre-recorded. There's no way that anyone can tell me that. Based on what we saw and how everything went, all of the videos there were pre-recorded bullcrap. The reasoning being, because the same questions that were answered at BlizzCon were answered in interviews right after the airing of the videos. And it's really dumb. And those interviews happened before and all that random timeline crap. But essentially, people were still hyped about 9.1. I think 9.1 is going to be a fun patch. The hype kind of died down because we knew what happened. People were like, oh, well, that's bad. That's not bad. That's happened in the past. In case you didn't know, Wrath of the Lich King was 100% leaked 24 hours before BlizzCon, where it was announced. And they even made a joke where it was like, who here reads leaks on Reddit? A bunch of people raised their hands like, okay, all of your accounts are now banned. Right? That's just how it is. It's just how it is. So we move forward. What's 9.1 bringing? 9.1 is bringing a new zone, a new raid, a new dungeon, extra Covenant campaign, mounts, and flying. And a lot of people are upset. They think that's not a lot of content. It's actually more content in a 0.1 patch than we've gotten in a long time. I think maybe 5.1 had... No, not even 5.1. 5.2 is when we got the extra zone. So today we're going to compare 7.1 and 8.1 because I believe that is the fairest starting point. Starting with 6.1 isn't right because Warlords of Draenor was rushed and cut short. And starting with 5.1 was before they got into the new cycle that they've got now, which is 0.1, 0.2, and 0.3 patches. Just for all of the stuff happening, and it's kind of their pattern now. So what I want to talk about, and I'm probably going to have to redo this, is we're going to take a look at the 7.1 patch notes. So here we go, 7.1, right? Return to Karazhan. A new mythic dungeon. Okay, it's a mega dungeon. 9.1's getting a mega dungeon. A new Trial of Valor raid, 3-boss raid. We're getting 10 in 9.1. Continuing Suramar campaign. We are getting a Covenant campaign extension along with flying along with, you know, everything that comes with the new season of Mythic Dungeons that they have now. I think like 7.1 was where they first fixed Mythic Dungeons. So we've got a new zone on top of what 7.1 gave us. We've got a bigger raid. We have more campaigns. I don't even know if there's going to be a campaign that technically stretches to the new area. And we've got flying. So we've got a lot. That's just... Let's go here. New items. Legion Companion app. Leveling. New World event. Return to Alcaz Isle. Oh, this was where you could get the mechanical spider for hunters. Pet battle. New changes to PvP. What is that? Professions. Like extra profession stuff. Okay, cool. And at one point, you know, add-ons and macros. So what we're seeing is that, you know, 7.1 didn't have a lot. Well, let's look at the official notes for 8.1, the Tides of Vengeance. So, 8.1, what do we got? A new raid, Battle for Zarlor. A dozen new formidable boss encounters, including Lady Jaina Proudmoore and King Rosticon himself. So, 12 bosses. Okay, that is 2 bosses more than what we're getting in the new raid. However, we did also have a 10-boss starter raid, which in 8.0 we only had 7 bosses. They were relatively easy. Battle for Azeroth Season 2, yup. No new dungeon. Darkshore Warfront. I forgot about that, the increase for the gear. New war campaign, new Warfront, Heritage Armor questline, and Island Expedition updates. I'm not seeing anything really new here. New follower. Oh, I remember the new follower equipment. Hey, they added Paragon reputations in a patch. It took a patch for them to do it in BFA. New PvP brawl, new battle pet dungeon. Okay. You know what I'm not seeing? What I'm not seeing here is a new mega dungeon. What I'm not seeing here is a new zone. So, for patch 7.1 and 8.1, we got a new zone. 6.1, we didn't get a new zone. 6.1, we didn't get a new zone. 5.1, we didn't get a new zone. I think 4.1 we did? But we're looking back here, and just from what we've seen in the last 4 years of gameplay, a 0.1, well, 6 years, well, no, 8 years. In the last 8 years, we haven't seen a 0.1 patch come with a new zone. Now, 12 boss raid, cool. Also, since they added Pathfinder and WoD technically, we haven't unlocked it in the 0.1 patch. Now, I'm just gonna do something really quick. This is the release date for Legion, August 30th. This is the release date for 7.2, March 28th. September, October, November, December, January, February, March. 7 months. Now, I believe that the new patch is going to launch in early June, maybe mid-June. simply because I believe they're going to take a 7 to 8 week PTR patch, and that 9.0.5 either launches next week or the week after. It is set up to be ready to be done when you have maxed out your renown, which I think is aces. I mean, you also have to keep in mind 7.2 is where the first new zone came in, so people are trying to figure out, it's like, oh, what does Chains of Domination have? And we're going to go over that. We're going to go over what's been announced in the Chains of Domination here in the next video. Because, I like making videos. It's fun. Anyways, have fun, guys.